But Lyon, we mentioned they're going so well domestically. They are still top of the top 14, although they've started to just stutter a little bit. 8 wins from 10, 1 point ahead of Bordeaux. Montpellier another 10 points behind, but Lyon were thumped 33-8 at Montpellier a fortnight ago. The referee for this one, Matthew Carley, and it's an all-English officiating team. And the Italian countdown continues. Just about half of the pitch in the sunshine today at the Stadio Comunale de Monigo. And away we go. Benetton getting us going in their white strips today. And taken in immediately by the youngster we mentioned, Nathan Dumortier, 18 years old.
Use it!
And Pellissier, the captain, sends it high for Lyon. Comes back nicely for the men in red. Once more to Pellissier. Sits up nicely for Monti-Ioane, a famous name in rugby, nephew of Digby Ioane. Oh, and straight through. What a chance now for Benetton. And it's the prop forward, Sharif Traoré, looking for support. Perhaps not the man they wanted out in the open. Not quite enough pace, but another opportunity for the Italian side. And it is the other winger now, Leonardo Sarto, vastly experienced
Both off your feet.
Italian international.
Hold it.
And Lyon were stunned by the break by Traoré for a moment. A little inside ball, and Lyon just beginning to slip off a couple of tackles. It was Luca Morisi carrying it through. And the Lyon defence up so quickly, but it provides the opening and an opportunity for Negri. Can't quite get there, but still with Benetton up to within 3-4 metres. And it's the home crowd making themselves heard at the moment.
No!
Still there for Benetton.
First. Use it!
Pick and drive
Back
by the
foot.
forward, some heavy men in there.
Number 8!
In the South African influence to the 4. Bram Steen looks to pick and go from number 8.
Back foot, step back! Offside, number 4.
Still they try, offside, Lyon,
Hold it.
advantage to Benetton. Still there for them. Out it comes, and Keatley, the fly half, looking to move it smartly and then using a bit of strength through the middle. Still playing with that advantage, and a little forward pass, so back they come for that penalty. Well, the very early exchanges belong to Lyon, but all Benetton since then.
Yeah, they've taken charge, haven't they? That wonderful back by Traoré, straight through the middle of the ruck. Nobody saw it coming, and then he's looking for support, and all of a sudden, you get the crowd on their feet, you get them involved.
Offside.
Here he goes, straight through the middle. Probably more space than he's seen all season, but now he's looking for support. It gets there, and then Benetton just get on a bit of a rumble now. Big, hard carries from the forwards. Pressure. They force Lyon to give away the penalty, like you said, slipping off tackles, and they get an opportunity now. See if they go for the corner. I mean, this is exactly how they started the game, their last home game against Northampton. They're really impressive, get the crowd involved as well. They're just a different animal at home.
Watching Traoré, I mean, like all good props, great acceleration, top end speed perhaps not quite as high as some players, but Benetton with the good clean line out as well, and another opportunity carried in this time by Herbst, second row from South Africa. In goes Duvenage, another South African scrum half. And the red shirts of Lyon having to do fierce defensive work once again. Sébastien Negri, the Italian international flanker, and Duvenage moves it on to his fellow countryman Herbst again, but the ball spilled forward.
Scrum 5.
And
Taken
it'll be
over, yes. Scrum 5.
5-metre scrum. Well, it'll be a scrum to Benetton, as it was deemed to have been carried over the try line by Lyon, so French side cannot get away from the danger zone at the moment.
It's actually a strip, I think. Really clever strip there in the tackle. Got a big man, Herbst, flying into that contact, and
that's fine.
actually your fly half there, stripping the second row. He won't be too pleased about that. So good work by him, but unfortunately it means a 5-metre scrum for Benetton now, so they get to keep possession and keep on that pressure.
That's so important in rugby, and so often we see it that sides have plenty of territory possession, but you've got to turn it into points. So real opportunity for Benetton here, because
the gap already. The mark is here. Take a step back. Hold
this
your
first
weight.
scrum of the game is in a tantalising position for the home side, a huge blind side. And Lyon Always have to take a guess as to which way they're going to go. Benetton with the heavier pack.
Bind underneath, please. Let's go. Bind up. Let's bind up. Sorry, quicker. Let's go.
Traore's still catching his breath.
Probably doesn't want to be having this scrum straight after a 50-metre line break, but he's got a job to do.
Crouch! Bind! Set!
Early hit, and Benetton give away that position they had.
You're not in control at any point.
Early crossing of the space. So Matthew Carley, and that's a huge error by Benetton, and hugely frustrating for the home support, because now Lyon do get a chance to clear.
Yeah, disappointing. After all that good work, you don't want it undone by a cheap penalty free kick at a scrum, but at least they still keep the ball, so they've got another opportunity now to build some pressure, get through some phases as well, and keep this good momentum they started in this opening 5 minutes.
That was near enough an open goal. They've got a good strong pack today.
On the scrum,
Benetton. Pasquale deemed to have infringed there. And it was a free kick though, so it's Benetton's line out. And they've got a chance to come again, but suddenly having to do it from the 10-metre line. Negri always does some damage. Powerful ball carrier for Benetton and for Italy. Dubinaga floats it nicely. And Benetton are moving it well, changing the point of attack. Once again through Negri, he'll be a go-to man.
Off feet two!
Traore,
Release, let him
tremendously
go!
powerful unit, trying to get to ground, which he does now in Dubinaga. It's just shovelled out in rather industrial fashion, but it works, and it's carried now by Bramstein. Keatley buzzing around as well, the Irish international fly half. Jaden Hayward, great man at fullback as well, floated out to Stein, but this time it is forward. And Stein's footballing skills are to no avail. Back they come.
Third time trying to go back down that right-hand side. See whether it's tactical or not, but Stein as well, he's patrolling those wide channels. He's had 2 or 3 carries now out in this wide, between 15-metre and 5-metre. So whether they think getting him operating in those wider channels, they'll get a bit of joy of that, with Negri doing a lot of hard carries in the middle of the field at the moment. We'll see if that trend continues, or if they swap as well as the game progresses.
So just a reminder, as we have a bit of treatment to Sebastian Negri of the way things have gone so far in this pool. Benetton lost 19-3 away to Leinster, then a very close game here, 35-32 at home to Northampton, 28-0 last weekend. Lyon won, and Lyon won 25-14, sorry, lost 25-14 at Franklin's Gardens to kick things off, and then 13-6 at home to Leinster, which I think was the key result for them. Losing at home, it drew a lot of life out of them in this competition, but then they did beat Benetton. And again, if they were to win here, games against Northampton and Leinster to come, they could still do it in this pool. 5 pools, 5 pool winners go through, and 3 runners-up. And a runners-up might be the target they're looking for. Or they may be focusing entirely on the domestic league. Penalty, Benetton from that scrum.
Number 1 underneath, pulling down. Number 1.
So Vivian De Wiesma, who's the new man at Loosehead today, was penalised.
It's what we spoke about. Binding underneath, pulling him to the floor, number 1.
A very clear explanation by Matthew Carley there, so they can have no complaints. Benetton scrum redeems himself after giving that free kick away a few moments ago.
And no thoughts of going for the post. It would have been a reasonably tight angle, but pretty close in terms of distance. But into the corner it goes, and they'll try their luck from the line out again.
Yeah, thank you. Good timing, wait for them to come down.
Interesting tactic. You do this, you fancy you've got to score, because 3 points was on offer. Ami Faiva, a New Zealander, finds his man at the line out, and here they go, and it's Faiva holding it at the back, and they are beginning to make good ground, Benetton. Faiva trying to smuggle it away, almost unseen, then slips it. Oh, lovely move, and the score is there for Leonardo Sarto. It wasn't done with any great pace on this blind side, but it was good enough to confound Lyon, and Benetton do have the opening try.
It looked a bit too easy, but really well worked, really clever play. They took the gamble going to the corner, for the 5-metre line-out drive as well. So first part done, second part they need to execute the plan. They got a really good drive going. Five are controlling things at the back and the opportunity to move the ball. Duvanaga inside pass to Sato. Like you say, no great pace on it. Just falls over the line, but it's a really well-constructed score.
Yeah, Nakatate was the man left defending rather on his own for Lyon on the wing, and quick enough hands from Duvanaga, and Sato is a very, very good finisher, a man who had spells at Glasgow and Leicester. He's rather been out in the wilderness internationally. 34 caps, but hasn't played for the Azzurri in a couple of years. But a good try to get things going for Benetton and Ian Keatley. The Irish fly half to try and add the extra 2 points. Trying to come round, but not quite. So a 5-point lead for the home side.
And really good start by Benetton as well. And I like the aggression in their decision making. I think they know they can't qualify from this group, but what they want to do is put on a really good show at home, win the game and make a bit of a statement for what's to come ahead. So really good. Expect to see more of that. Less kicking at the post, more going for tries. Yeah,
this is the first time they've qualified on merit. Qualifying is no longer free for Italian sides to the Champions Cup, just to get sides from that country involved. They finished third in their conference last season and just lost out in the quarterfinals of the Pro 14 to Munster. It was 15-13 away from home as well. So again, that's just once more stressing what a different proposition they are. A very, very accomplished side.
Use it!
Again, with this pocket of South Africans involved for Benetton. Duvanaga, scrum half. The captain sends it long, and here's Nakatathi. Dangerous Fijian French international. Just about Lyon's first visit to the Benetton half. Carried by Kylian Gerassi, the France under-20 locked forward. Nakatathi again, he's been busy coming in off his left wing. There's Rudy Wolf, hugely experienced former All Black.
Back on, back foot, back foot.
One-man show in Nakatathi trying to get Lyon deeper into the Benetton half, and then Gerassi again in the scrum cap. And the Benetton defence almost up looking for the interception, but just a few gaps beginning to appear in the white shirts. Pelissier, the scrum half, gets it going to Gerassi again. And then carried on by Liam
Gill.
against red, white, penalty only.
So penalty advantage here coming in, and in fact they'll take it back for that penalty. Just the advice of the assistant coming in for Matty Carley.
Take out by the neck.
They turned it around. It's given a penalty to
Benetton.
Red. So it's 5 red. Sorry, a penalty against Lyon and against Etienne Oosthuizen, the South African lock forward, for a neck roll.
You don't see too many of them called, but if the assistant referee's seen it, and yeah, it's very clear. You know, the referees were given a directive to look out for dangerous play, anything around the head and neck. It's a clear neck roll there and penalty against. So well done to the refereeing team.
Oosthuizen, he was sent off against Glasgow last season after a shoulder into the head of Adam Hastings, and here he's given away a penalty after a good passage of play for Lyon and frustration for Pierre Mignoni. Great France scrum half of days past. Now the director of rugby at Lyon, and suddenly seeing his side pegged back. Again, this is often when a French side's attentions and fancies turn instead to the top 14, and Lyon going so well. They straight through. Benetton with an opportunity again, and it's Morisi and a try. Benetton. Well, the Lyon defence has not been up to it so far, but the man getting the touchdown was Monte Ioane on hand after the initial break, and what a great start for Benetton.
And all too easy. First phase move, Morisi with the line off the line out, he goes straight through the defence, untouched, and then all good wingers on hand to support and to finish. Monte Ioane gets to score, and it's a brilliant start by Benetton, but you'd say, Lyon, where are they at the moment? I mean, he's clean through a hole there, defence all at sea, Ioane on shoulder to finish, and it's a cracking try,
all good.
You have to question the defence as
well.
You can't
hear me?
It's all good, I said.
We gave a brief mention of Monty Ioane as nephew of Digby, who was a wonderful centre and winger for the Wallabies. His first captain, the Eddie Jones era.
Say it again, buddy. Say again.
Played together, as Keatley adds the conversion. Monty Ioane and his uncle played together at Stade Francais about 4 years ago.
Okay.
And Keatley with the conversion, and Benetton out to a very useful lead.
Just have another look at this try. I mean, it's a great line there, right in between two defenders. Ioane on his shoulder, hungry for the try, gets the score and stretches that Benetton lead out.
So Lyon tried to send it long at the restart, and Bram Steen driving forward, making a good few yards.
Taken in.
Hayward flings it out wide. Another opportunity perhaps for Benetton, but then as the challenge came in, the slice off the outside of the boot, so out on the full.
Touch.
It's unfortunate there by Ratuva. You can see Benetton now licking their lips. They fancy this a bit more. Move it to the outside edge. There is a bit of space there. Ratuva goes for the chip, doesn't quite execute. Off the side of the boot and straight into touch. I think he's staying on the ground after a bit of sympathy, but he knows. He'll get another chance, I'm sure.
And as much as Benetton have plenty of confidence now, you wonder if Lyon, and you wouldn't suggest this about many sides, but I've certainly seen in this competition from French sides before that if they go down early on, that their appetite for the game rather disappears. But Benetton still have to keep their foot in the pedal for a while yet. And another slick line out gives the men in white attacking ball again. And there is Ratuva.
Hold, 4-5.
Now you're kicking option straight down the middle. And Nakatasi. And Nakatafi finds his way through. Oh, and he's out in the open, and he has support as well. Danger here for Benetton. And it's the scrum up. Pellissier brought down well. But the red shirt's flying up now. And a charge to the line from Barassi, who gets there. Did he get it down? Well, if he's been held up, it is wonderful defensive work.
I think he got under the No, they're all onside because they all retreated past.
The complaints from Oosthuizen that Benetton may have been offside, but
on the decision, no try.
Wow.
Sean?
On-field decision is no try.
On-field decision is no try. Can we just check to see if we've got a picture of a grounding, please?
Checking for grounding.
And if it is, like you say, that is a brilliant tackle by Maurici.
He's clearly not offside.
Brilliant tackle, but how can you not finish?
The offside line before there is any tackle.
It's a two-man effort because Hayward was there as well, the fullback.
Just so you know, Sean, I don't think we've got much use. The sun is directly on the screen.
Okay, yeah. Well, the first one's inconclusive.
Okay, no rush.
And what because Hayward was kind of around his neck, but is it Maurici trying to get his whole body and arm underneath Barassi?
Yeah.
He gets his hands on the ball on the way towards the ground, so he's already in position. Really good upper body strength as well to then manufacture a position where he can then still hold the ball up as well. I mean, he's got to finish it. He's got a support man on his outside as well 2-3 seconds before.
Yeah, Matt, there's no clear evidence of a grounding.
Okay, so 5-metre scrum.
Well, it's still going to be a 5-metre scrum to Lyon, but no
5.
try. And as much as we laud the defence of Benetton, Pierre Mignon was saying, Pierre-Louis Barassi, how did you not finish that? And Topsy Ojo, arch finisher, he would certainly have be questioning that. Great break by Nakatafi again.
Yeah, we have to look at that. And even there's 2 or 3 support runners there. So Pellissier could have shifted it as well, but they get another opportunity. That's the main thing now. In a game where they haven't been in it so far, they need some points on the board now, whether it's 5, 3 or 7.
Well, they have a penalty from the scrum.
Across into the gap into the floor. Across into the floor. Yeah, no problem.
The scrums have not gone to Benetton's plan.
Touch. Off the line, please.
And so Lyon deciding to send this one to touch and try their luck at the line out.
The other thing it will say to Benetton, just referencing back, don't kick loose to Nakatafi because he will cause havoc. He loves broken field. He's not going to kick the ball back, so Benetton will need to kick a lot better if they are going to.
It's a maul.
Benetton deciding not to challenge Kylian Gerassi as he rose to take the line out, and what a maul it is from Lyon. They are romping to the line here, and a try you suspect is coming. There it is. A very simple one in the end for Liam Gill at the heart of that maul. So Lyon hit back, and that is exactly what they, well, desperately needed in this match, because Benetton had it all their own way, but suddenly Lyon are trying to celebrate.
They'll be really happy with that response as well. Like we say, when you get an opportunity, you've got to take it, especially when you've not had much in this game so far. And Lyon have it here. They go to the line out. They say, we're in trouble. What do we need? We need them all 5 meters out. Liam Gill, hands on the ball. Really well constructed. The ball's at the back. And it's only going one way, forwards. Nothing Benetton can do about that, and really well worked score.
Two things have not gone Benetton's way so far. The scrums have not been impressive, and that maul there as well. Those are signs for Lyon that there are areas that they really can dominate Benetton, despite having as we saw, a slightly heavier pack. The Italian side perhaps not quite as well drilled. A bit of technique or strength, whatever it might be, Lyon will have opportunities there. And the conversion from Lyon is good, and suddenly within 5 points after Liam Gill's try.
Hopefully we're in store for a high-scoring game. Both teams really looking to play, really looking to move the ball. See Benetton strike first, Lyon get their response now, and they're right back in this game. So hopefully it sets it up now. Conditions are perfect for this style of rugby. Both teams with the right attitude, looking to move the ball. So hopefully we'll see a lot more tries today.
It's not an actual lion, in case you're wondering. Not sure what his name is, the Benetton mascot. Leonardo Lion. Anyway, he seemed quite happy trying to get the home crowd going. But gaps appearing in both defences at the moment. Sobella with the carry for Lyon. And now the backs get a chance to come again. Good power used by Pierre-Louis Barassi. Back it comes to Pato Fernandez. Jaden Hayward hasn't had too many touches of the ball, often heavily involved, the New Zealand-born Italian international. And a little bit of kick tennis gives Hayward the ball again. This time he fancies a run, does well enough and finds support from Giovanni Pettinelli. Sharif Traore, the loose head prop. And Lyon defence firing up, just creates a little bit of space for Luca Morisi. Hayward, and to step his way around Sobella.
Use it! Now hold.
Kicking option, but easily enough fielded and watched and given to Noah Nakatathi. Such an elusive runner, but he has that power as well and the ability to offload under pressure. A tiring passage of play, and Sato, the winger, feeds into Jaden Hayward. Taken on now by Ratuva.
Regathered.
Managed to hold on to it despite the attention of Jean-Marcelin Boutin, the Lyon full-back. And De Walt-Duvenache now scrum half. And the crowd feel that Lyon are straying offside in defence, but managed to sort of get back onside. Still with Benetton now. And the carry, Bram Steen once more.
Looks all right to me, that Woody. That's all right on the ball.
Dufenaga finds support from Ernie Herbst. Ioane is flung back, but Benetton are creeping further into Lyon territory. Then the loose pass, but it bounces up nicely for Ratuva, who tries to slip it to Sarto, but out it goes.
It's a disappointing end to what's actually a really good passage of play. Like both teams really looking to move the ball. I think the crowd trying to get on the back of the referee saying that Lyon are offside, but it's actually just really good line speed from them, and that sticks. It's a miracle pass, isn't it? But it goes straight into touch, and you're thinking probably keep it in hand, recycle, go again.
And if it goes wrong, just flap your arm and
pass the blame. It's your fault. You should have read that. You should have been 10 foot tall and caught it.
You let me down again on the wing. Entertaining player Ratuva. Herbst receiving some treatment. We talk about the South African experience in this Benetton side. He's a former South African under-20 player. Played in the 2013 Junior World Cup in France.
Time on.
Let's remind you of other rugby taking place on BT Sports. We're just about ready to go against Saracens against Munster. That's at 2:45 on BT Sport 2 HD. And Montpellier against Toulouse. That follows this one on BT Sport 3 HD.
Same move, same move. Still the same
Again,
move.
the maul working for
No problem.
Lyon. Look at them marching deeper into the
Ball
Benetton
available.
half. And
Stay back one.
Jonathan Pellissier looks at his options and then sends it high. Nakatathi trying to get up for Lyon and knocked forward by Sarto, but Lyon have it anyway. And here is Pellissier, now a bit of space out wide, floats it there. Lyon really coming back into the game now, and the Benetton defence being tested. Jean-Marcelin Boutin, a very threatening runner at full-back. Carried by the hooker Marouard. Stands strong in the challenge and flings it deep to Nakatathi. Slips it on to Patrick Sobela. On Sobela nearly away. Good work by Duvenache, but still with Lyon. And once again with the hooker Marouard. He slips it to Pellissier. Good hands. And it's Liam Gill crashing up into the 22. Great play by Lyon. Pato Fernandez comes back into the heavy traffic, but still with Lyon. Rudy Wolf.
Back out, back out.
And Benetton able to set their defence as it slows down again, and Lyon go through the forwards. Jeremy Marouard, the hooker, at the heart of things once more.
Let go.
Herbst told to get his hands out of there for Benetton. Liam Gill. And just getting it to ground and getting it back to Pellissier, and Lyon come again. Number 8, Laurent Goujon today.
Use it.
And Pellissier tells his forwards where to go, and they stand there now in the form of Girassi and Marouard, and it's Marouard again who carries. And now Lyon put a bit of width on it, and Wolf is through, straight through, and Lyon have their second try. Well, the grizzled old All Black, 35 now, near enough 36, but he still has plenty of explosive pace there, and no joy yet on the face of Pierre Mignoni, but Lyon are flying back into this game.
Plenty of power in that left arm fend as well, and again, really good score. And just the phase play as well, the ball speed in particular was just lightning quick. The Benetton defence just on the back foot every single time. Again, quick ball from this, it's actually a good line, but like you say, when you ask a player to just do something one-on-one, a bit of footwork, a big fend, missed tackle, and he's clean through. And like I say, that's what we've seen from Rudy Wolf over the years, and he's still doing it now.
Thank you.
Yeah, you see the size of his upper body again. It's the speed off the mark, but that strength for that fend, and through he went. And Pato Fernandez to add the extra 2 and to put Lyon in front. And it's good, and Lyon do have the leads, and they've come back into this game so well. But both sides have rather porous defences today, which makes for an entertaining game. But Wolves try, giving Lyon the lead.
And that was great. It was great to see Lyon as well, just moving the ball really quick. The interchange between forwards and backs as well, offloading the ball, moving it to space. And that's what we've seen from them mostly through this season. Not so much in this Champions Cup, but definitely in the top 14. That's what's got them to the top of the table. So, again, sets up for a fascinating clash for the rest of this afternoon, and now we have to see how Benetton respond as well.
You would think he's at the final club of his career, Rudy Wolf. He's 3 times a European Cup winner with Toulon. But showing no signs of slowing in pace, indeed in strength, and has all that knowledge and experience. And Lyon able to clear well.
Pellissier has been good so far as well. Very effective, getting his hands on the ball as much as he can. He had 2 or 3 touches in that last passage of play as well. Just kept the ball moving, picking the right options, keeping that ball speed quite high. And when it's like that, it makes it really difficult for a defence.
So Benetton looking for a response. And Hami Faiva in the line out a little bit untidy, and then did it go forward off the hands of Ioane? Indeed it did. And just a mistake upon mistake creeping into the Benetton game. giving ball and opportunity to Lyon.
Yeah, momentum definitely with Lyon at the moment. And missed line out, bouncing ball, nobody quite takes charge of it. They're all looking at each other. Then Ioane takes his eyes off it at the crucial moment. Just gives possession back to Lyon, and Benetton will need to figure out this passage of play. It's never always going to go your way, but it's just about how you manage these periods whereby the decisions are going against you. You've just conceded.
Every scrum has been a problem
How
this
do you get
side.
yourself
We
back
must
into
be
the game?
better, so let's start higher, yes?
Matthew saying that every scrum so far in this game has been a problem, which is a fair assessment.
Bind.
How will this one end? Lyon's ball.
Set.
There we are, penalty.
Early
Have we had a
engage.
successful completion of a scrum yet?
No, we haven't.
Please come.
We live in hope.
Captain.
So talking to for
4 scrums.
Duvenache.
3 offences by this player. He must be better. He's got to wait for the set, and he must set up straight and higher. Okay?
Tiziano
That was
Pasquale,
early
the
engage.
Italian international,
Must be patient. 4
Tight
scrums,
head.
3 sanctions.
and he's the man being pinged every time. He must be better, which is a rather stinging indictment.
Yeah, that's very direct, almost school teacher like.
This side of the scrum is my
I'm
priority
looking
at
at
the
him
moment, but I'll
thinking,
try
does he
and
agree or is he just shaking his head saying that?
Just play
no
better,
problem.
Tiziano. But it gives Lyon the penalty to touch, and things really have turned around
Your
here.
side, Woody?
And the foundations of Benetton's game are creaking in the scrum, and the maul has looked a little bit fragile as well. With Marois, hooker for Lyon. And over the top of Girassi, he was the target man, the young lock forward, so Benetton spared on this occasion, and Deval Duvenache sends it down the line, and indeed over the line.
It's a good clearing kick by Duvenache there. Get a sigh of relief as well. It's Lyon's turn now to overshoot the line out, just mistiming the throw and the jump. Gives Benetton an opportunity to clear, just take the ball up the pitch, try and relieve some of the pressure that they're under at the moment.
Seems a long time ago that we were talking about Lyon perhaps having the appetite for this game taken from them, going 12-0 down. This one works well to Girassi, but then Liam Gill, who's not a happy camper at that obvious mistake. And what really cheers the player up is when they get a tap in the head from the opposition after making a mistake.
Yeah, that's exactly what you need. You know what you've done. Everybody else does, the crowd does, and then you get a couple of people tapping you on the head saying, it's all right, you'll do better.
You find your space, I'll move him on the outside.
He's a player of great experience as well. 15 Wallaby caps.
Make sure he's got a good space to come into,
Actually, all of them
On the
as a
left.
replacement.
Says he would have had some high quality sevens in front of him.
Yeah, pretty useful. Days gone by, he would have had no caps. Poor old Warren Gatland curses Sean Fitzpatrick every day.
Set.
I'm not sure he does.
Stay up, one.
Nice,
One
but
up.
There's so often the hooker behind Fitzpatrick, but the game has changed as Duvenache. There's a throwback, the dive pass getting Benetton going again, and through the hands of Ratuva it goes, and rather ugly passing out the way of Sarto. There's Bramstein again trying to do some damage. Nakatati getting his hands over there. Penalty to Lyon. Great defensive work.
Good combination of Nakatasi and Sabella. Right over that ball. Staying on the carry. He gets cut in half.
Thank you, gents.
Ball on a plate for both players to get their hands on it and turn that ball over. And there you go. Big hit straight to ground. Sabella first. Nakatasi second. Pettinelli just not accurate enough on the clean, and penalty goes to Lyon.
I'm very impressed watching Patrick Sabella when I've seen him play so far for Lyon this season. The penalty, though, trying to eat off a little bit too much of that touch line, and doesn't find touch. So again, Benetton just given some relief there by Lyon. A chance for the French side to turn the screw. Yeah, Sabella hasn't been capped by France, and he's 27 now, but he's a very, very impressive flanker.
You can see by the shape of him as well, he's a big old unit.
But again, no lack of back rowers in France. Now, was that pass forward from Lyon? The crowd certainly feels so, and the cry might come in from the assistants, but no, so Gill has a chance to carry again for Lyon. 9 minutes remaining in this first half. Just a couple of points in it, but all Lyon of late, and then the pass behind Rudy Wolf, and it went forward from the The New Zealander, Sato, with the advantage, can afford to do show pony things, and back they come for that penalty.
Real scrappy passage of play. They're trying to actually figure out what just happened, but just a combination of knock-ons. And
fight to hold the scrum up for a longer time.
again, Lyon, when you just thought that, right, they'd figured it out, they started to work their way back into the game, take control. The last 2 or 3 opportunities they've had to really build some more pressure, to exert something on that Benetton defence. They've not just quite taken it, nothing stuck, whether it's a pass or a line out, kick for a penalty. Drop.
A couple of injuries, so we'll tell you about the rest of the rugby taking place today in Leinster against Northampton. So that's in this pool, and that's at 5 o'clock at the Aviva Stadium in Dublin. And Leinster looking to extend their lead at the top. Glasgow against La Rochelle, winning in France last week. Glasgow playing at Scotstoun. That's on BT Sport 3 HD. So that's 5 o'clock on this channel. And in the Challenge Cup, Stade Francais against Bristol. Stade Francais and Bristol with some huge names playing today. In the Challenge Cup, you can see wonderful players on show tonight. 7:45 on BT Sport 2 HD. Well, Liam Gill is looking a little bit unsure of himself and life in general. He's taken a knock to the head of the jaw, and well, a couple of players for Lyon in the war, so they're going to have to make changes because Riki's in trouble. So changes in the front row. You can see Kabesh there on the right is going to come on. Hamza Kabesh. And Virgil Bruni, I think, was getting ready as well. So Kabesh is on for the stricken Rik. Again, a very handy player. He scored tries and victories against Stade Francais and Racing 92 this season. Gill seems to be ready to go again.
Find your space, be patient.
Well, interesting the change in the front row, because this is an area where they have been dominating Lyon. There's Benetton ball, you can see they're already just starting to creak a little bit, and Lyon looking to get the shove on, but moved away, so we have a completed scrum. Crossfield kick, is it too long? No, bounces just in play and then out. And Benetton claiming there was a little touch from Etienne Dumortier, and I think he's been given the decision.
Yeah, I think he has. I think the bounce has done him. Really nicely measured kick by Keatley there, and again, you never know which way this ball's going to bounce. Bounces back infield. Now into touch, and means that Benetton keep possession of the ball, and again, gives something for the crowd to get behind as well. They've been very quiet the last 10 minutes.
15 metres.
Line out works well enough as Negri gets it back, or Negri has it now, so really not Negri getting it back from the line out. This is a magical player, but now an opportunity for Benetton again through Ratuva.
Keep coming, thank you.
Dupenaka, and on through Traore it goes, and then the ball spilled, so Benetton unable to build a sustained passage of play, and the chase is on now in defence. And Sato had to come across from the right wing, but I think it's come off Benetton player, so suddenly as Dumortier, well, he's villain a moment ago, but it was his chase for Lyon, and they will have the line out.
Just a bit too congested in that midfield, it's Herbst. He can't get a clean catch on the ball, and all of a sudden, Lyon away and back down into that Benetton 22, and it's just the story of the last 10 minutes for Benetton at the moment. They can't put anything together. They haven't had the ball, and when they do have it, they're turning it over. And now Lyon, really good opportunity here, but
great work.
Classic.
Initially great work, and then there was a little knock on, so Lyon ball.
Off their feet. Knock on, scrum.
It's scrappy by both sides. I mean, there have been great passages of attacking play as well, but a lot of mistakes from both sides. And that was a shame for Benetton, because Stein did so well to steal that.
Last scrum was good, but watch Lyon one on the outside.
Yeah, no problem.
He just came out of it.
Yeah,
Too many cooks trying to get to that ball, and Duvenache with the knock on.
Just listen to the referees then again talking about this scrum that's been an issue so much in this game. Finally got one completed scrum. We'll see if we get another now, but they're very hot on watching.
We've got to give him enough space to get into, all right?
Matthew Carley making it clear again, but Lyon will fancy, well, a side that is dominant in the scrum. In this position here, they'll be hoping for magical things to happen.
Set.
Perhaps a penalty. Benetton will have to be very strong here, so referee's got a decision to make as it's held in there, and penalty. Benetton have been flung around at the scrum.
From the back.
Wow, that was a statement, wasn't it? Clean hit, clean engage, and just marched that Benetton pack right the way off the ball.
Vivian Devisme at the loose head taking most of the applause. Usually Raphael Chaume plays the loose head for Lyon, but he's given a bit of a break today, and Devisme has played well. It's difficult to tell as well when the angle starts and who starts it, but again the line out doesn't work for Lyon, so opportunity missed there as Faiva takes it down for Benetton.
Use it!
And Duvenaga will clear himself, and that is a very useful kick as well. Not much of an angle to play with, and as good as Benetton could have hoped for in that situation.
Brilliant kick, but brilliant defensive work by Benetton all round, because it's always a risk. If you're going to challenge for the line out 5 meters out, you've got to make sure that you either disrupt or steal the ball. Otherwise, you've got 3 guys that can't commit to that drive. So brilliant tactical play, really well executed there. Snyman getting up in the air.
This one's safer, didn't look the straightest one, but Lyon have it well enough. And Wolf, try scorer, takes it in, so Lyon come again. Benetton will be very grateful for half-time, but Lyon fancy another score as Laurent Goujon, 17 times the French international, takes it in. And Pato Fernandez, the Argentinian, the fly half, does his bit. Pelissier moves it the other way. Sobella taken on now by Barassi. And Girassi in second row. And Lyon just beginning to soften up this Benetton defence. Didn't look to be many arms involved from Negri there as Liam Gill carries now for Lyon. Flung around by Jaden Hayward, New Zealander on Australian. But look how close Lyon are now, and there are men out wide if they can move it. Wolf, though, tackle had to be made by Montejoani. Still with Lyon, though, through the middle they try and come. Fullback Boutin being driven on by his forwards, Sobella and Marois. And the decision is scrum to Benetton. Great defence by the Italian side there. Lyon so close to a third try.
It's desperate stuff, isn't it? But brilliant work, firstly by Montejoani as well. If you come off your wing, especially when there were numbers spare to lose outside, you've got to make that tackle, and he did. And then the opportunity to hold someone up to get that maul. Duvenaga first, he's in there as well. Stain joins him, they get the maul call from Matthew Carley. Hang on for dear life.
Because you were shouting at the same time.
Just about managed to turn the ball over.
They scored the first of Lyon's tries last week, Jean-Marcel and Boutin, after just a couple of minutes. He's always a real threat from fullback. It's taken a while to get into this game, but
15. If I say nothing, still line out.
at the heart of much of the good work done by Lyon there. But a couple of minutes remaining, and again Benetton just looking to see out this half now and try and tidy things up a bit in the second half. Just a few too many errors.
I think so.
Yeah, I think so. I think they started the game really brightly. As we probably expected them to. Stronger team, home crowd, really give the fans something to get behind. But Lyon slowly but surely worked their way into the game and have really dominated for the last 15 minutes. So it's really important now, this last 2 minutes before half-time, that Benetton manage it well. They probably want to get to half-time. If they can keep it at 14-12, they'll be very happy.
Even getting away from their own try line here, even with the ball, is not guaranteed because their scrum is under pressure. Pasquale in particular on the tight head for Benetton.
Straight into the ground. You've both gone into the ground, please.
This has not been an afternoon so far of great enjoyment for Tiziano Pasquale. He's got lots of experience, 21 Italian caps, but up against it today
We must be better on this side. Your binds must be better. Crouch! Bind!
De Wiesma enjoying his
Set!
confrontations with Pasquale today. I think Benetton will be quite happy that the clock is still ticking, and eventually when the scrum is completed it might be half-time.
I won't be far off, definitely. Here we go, clean your studs as well. Ask the ref what's he doing, what's your opposite man doing, chew off another 30 seconds and we will be time up by the time this scrum gets underway.
I see your devious ways, Topsy Ojo.
Scrum master me.
Crouch!
They are going to have to clear it here and perhaps see out another passage of play afterwards. Lyon looking to put the squeeze on the scrum here. Benetton in trouble, they need to get it away through Bramstein. Look how close he is to his own line. South African sets it back now. Another South African turned Italian international, Dubinac. So they are just looking to see this out through a pocket of forwards carrying. As the seconds tick down, they know there is nothing to be gained from playing here. Just keep it close. The clock goes red. Dubinac knew the time. Out it goes from Ian Keatley. And Benetton will sigh a sigh of relief because Lyon had a chance to take control of this game towards the end of this first half, but it's 2 tries apiece, just 2 points in it. Benetton getting off to a flying start. Leonardo Sarto and Monte Ioano with the early tries. Liam Gill and Rudy Wolf coming back for Lyon. It is Lyon who are in front, but only by 2 points. Benetton 12, Lyon 14. On BT Sports, and welcome back to the Stadio Comunale de Monigo. The sides are back out, but cricket to tell you about, because the 9th edition of the Big Bash gets underway in Brisbane on Tuesday morning. The Heat taking on Sydney Thunder. We'll see the hard-hitting Chris Lynn going up against the #1 ranked Test bowler Pat Cummins. The Big Bash is back amongst us, so we're looking forward to that. Changes at half-time, as you can see. Virgil Bruni is on. He was just about to come on in the first half, but the second row is on for Lyon, former Toulon man. Who he is on for. I mean, he was threatening to come on when Liam Gill was injured, so I would imagine Goujon might go into the second.
Is it good?
Oh, no, hang on a second. Who's going to play? So he's going to play in the back row, I think, Virgil Bruni, because he can play back row. But anyway, we're going again, and there's only 2 points in it. So Benetton trailing 14-12, but it doesn't tell the whole story because Lyon were so dominant in the second quarter of this match. And as the shadows stretch out across the pitch here, Lyon will try and pick up where they left off. And Nakatathi, we saw plenty of this in the first half. And again, tackles just being slipped. Was that forward as it was gathered in by Loan Goujon? Fine, says the referee, so first touch there for Bruni. And there is Pato Fernandez. For Gill, so Gill was clearly feeling the effects of that injury picked up in the first half. Obviously doing good work in Lyon, making ground. And Pellissier, quick hand sets free Jeremy Marois. And Gerassi. Lyon playing with a good pace. The other untidy pass, Fernandez trying to make a better job of it, but it's lost, and there's a good chase on now, and Boutin has to be smartly back. The fullback will be under huge pressure from Ioane and from Ratuva. Did well.
Did very well there. He was under all sorts of pressure. 2 men on him. Buys just enough time for his support runners to get back, but look where Lyon are.
And suddenly the forwards say we have to go from here. We were just up the other end of the pitch, but the forwards carry it in just to look to buy the clearing kicker a little bit more ground, and it will be Pellissier himself.
Not today.
To get good distance on that one. And Jaden Hayward thinking for a moment about the quick line out.
Yeah, I had a look whether he realistically was going to throw it, because I mean, Benetton have gained there from absolutely nothing. A good set of defence, but actually it was probably a poor decision by Fernandez there to go for the grubber through the legs as well. didn't come off, and all of a sudden you're back 5 meters out of your line, high alert, trying to clear your lines, and they've given Benetton a really good attacking position that they've not had for quite a while.
Faiva went to Wesley College in Auckland, a famous rugby school. John Alomu, its alumni. And the line out works well, and Ioane
Advantage over.
able to carry, so Benetton suddenly with a bit of a spring in their step. Offside as well, you heard the call coming in, so advantage to Benetton. Free attack, Ratuva with the muscle-bound carry. Down the blind side they go, and Traore. And Rudy Wolf gratefully couldn't get up to his full ramming speed. Still the advantage to Benetton. Free attack here, you might see a little kick opportunity. Hayward. And as the knock-on comes back, they will go for that penalty.
Well, we knew we were always going to come back, so why not have a go, have a crack and try and create something? Didn't come off, and again, decision to be made by Benetton now. See, earlier in the game, we saw them go for the corner, be quite aggressive in their decision-making.
But what do they want from this game, though, Benetton? Because a win doesn't really achieve much. It'd be nice to get the win, but
Matt, just so you know,
I was wondering if that was maybe why they were not going for posts in the first half and sticking into the corner, because they were trying to
we're losing you from time to
create
time.
tries as much as anything else, but they are going for the post on this occasion.
No worries, Sean. So if we need to come to you,
even a win would,
you repeat whatever I say to you.
A 4-pointer would draw them level with Lyon, and both sides would realistically be out of things. But it is a shot at goal for Ian Keatley. And so back in front go Benetton. And whatever you think about a win in terms of the European campaign, it's more to get a bit of a boost, a bit of confidence to take onto their domestic campaign as well, because they're not going quite as well as last season.
Absolutely, you're right. And a win is a win, no matter what that does for the competition, be it Champions Cup or League. You need that positivity, you need that morale to say that what we're doing is working. So first and foremost, win the game.
Well, the restart works well. Nakatathi gives it on to Marois, and Lyon suddenly pouring forward into the Benetton 22. De Wiesma, the loose head. There's a little bit of damage, and Lyon able to attack with a bit of pace, and so busy everywhere is in Nakatathi. And there's an overlap, but that pass couldn't quite be loosened. Gerassi straightens things up. Pelissier, the captain, looks at his options. And it's through the number 8, Laurent Goujon. Forwards waiting in the fly-half position again. Flat ball to Bruni. Onto the fly-half, Fernandez. Shift around to Nakatathi. Has a bit of an amble, but taken down well. Good work by Duvenache. So Lyon going nowhere for the moment. The forwards again waiting in the first receiver position. And a healthy drive by Etienne Oosthuizen. Sobella is there as well. Now they're making progress. Gerassi picks and goes. And they take a moment. Forwards wait, and then the drive on again. It's all through the forwards. Patrick Sobella.
No.
Pelissier looks and gives to the forwards again. It's one-way traffic, and it's direct as well from Lyon, through the middle, through the heavy men, and then a little spin from the replacement brought forward Kabesh.
First player in, on his feet, play on.
Good work, good turnover by Benetton. But suddenly the ball is loose, and all is confusion again. Still there for the Italian side though, and back it comes to Keatley, who clears, and all that pressure for Lyon comes to nothing. What a good intervention.
Look at it.
It was. Marisi was in there.
Brilliant turnover. Like a back rower, he gets in there, hands on the ball, first man in, clean turnover, and really good work for his side, who was under a lot of pressure again.
Oh, you want to?
Wasn't sure where Lyon were going with that at the moment. They really slowed it down, and it felt like it didn't suit them, but then they really got together, pick and go through the middle, finally got some gains, and then you thought when they just
There's
might break
something the
Benetton down.
TMO will check.
Big turnover.
He's one of Italy's best players, Luca Marisi. Has had a bad time with injuries recently. He scored 2 tries at Twickenham against England in 2015, but cruelly denied the World Cup that year by injury.
Are they all still there? Yeah.
He's a Woody Wolf fan.
You take as much.
Again, not an actual Wolf. Tiziano Pasquale's been having another chat with Matthew Carley. I think just through he's feeling a bit of an injury at the moment. He's not enjoying his dialogue with the referee today, Pasquale. He has been getting turned over in the scrums.
Time on.
A line out to defend here. Gerassi takes it down
More.
without too much fuss for
Once,
Lyon.
gone back.
But then it's a good defensive shove from Benetton. So Kabesh brings it forward for Lyon. They have to come from a bit deeper. Forward it goes, but off the shin still for Ratuva though for Benetton. A penalty advantage was being played though.
It looked like there was a hand in there, deliberate or not, I'm not sure, but there was definitely a hand, and I guess between Matthew Carley and the assistant referees, they've called it deliberate.
No, because I have a call from my touch judge.
So Fernandez is going to go for goal. A change of tactics from both sides in the second half. They are going to be rather more pragmatic and take points when on offer. And it was the hand coming in of Keatley.
Yeah, it's a funny one. I mean, I don't necessarily think that was a penalty. It looks, if anything, he's tried to slap it backwards. But the calls come in, and the referee has to go with his team, and he's given the penalty.
Here's the Dubliner, 32 now, 7 Ireland caps back in the day.
Matt,
So you must know me, you played London Irish among clubs, Leinster and Connacht and Munster, and then London Irish, signed for Benetton this year.
Yeah, I know him very well.
But you're in and out.
Yeah, okay.
Came on loan to us last season, helped us gain promotion from the Championship. Really nice guy, really good player as well, just what we needed at the time.
But over to Fernandez. And through it goes, so the lead changes hands once more, and Lyon sneak in front.
Be careful.
Come a bit more cagey, I think, hasn't it? Both teams maybe feeling the effects of a pretty error-strewn back end to that first half. Now thinking, right, we just need to almost treat it properly, like build a score, build a lead, and then start to move the ball again.
The restart is long and too long. These are the mistakes that you can't afford. They don't seem important at the time, but suddenly the field position and the ball is there for Lyon, and who knows, in 5 minutes' time they may be camped on the Benetton line.
I shouldn't have said anything about Keatley, should I? Straight away, give him a nice compliment, and he repays me by kicking the kick out on the full. But you're right, momentum is such a huge thing, and particularly when you don't have it, you're trying to figure out, right, how do we wrestle it back? You know, how do we put things back on our terms? And conversely, for a team in the ascendancy, you've got to keep that momentum and almost force the other team to break. And at the moment, both teams keep giving it back too easily, and it's going to be a question of who really takes advantage.
Giovanni Pettinelli going off, replaced by Marco Barbini in the back row. Just kick back on the pine. So Lyon with the scrum right on halfway, and again a penalty is coming for them here. Well, no, not this time, but they had a clear shove on there, but Matthew Carley wants them to do it again.
You go forward, you don't go out to the side and round, okay? Stay square, come across.
Vivian Devisme. There are fair means of foul of going forward, and deciding that time that the Lyon front row
Square.
was not doing it
Not left.
in square fashion.
He's not missed a trick today, has he, Matthew Carley? He's been hot on the scrum from minute one.
Crouch! Bind! You must strike the ball.
He's losing a little bit of Matt Carley, the referee, but it's clear from his signal as well that they're not striking the ball, they're not hooking it. Free kick to Benetton.
I hope they don't go for a scrum.
It would be a surprise move.
so it's both, but I have to stop it.
A bit of treatment to Pasquale.
Yeah, I understand. That
Not sure he's
you've
enjoying
stepped
today,
left
Tiziano.
first, so you must stay square.
Change being made in the front row for Lyon. Xavier Shocky, what a player he is to bring on a loose head.
They want to make a change. Lyon loose head.
And replacement.
Another who signed from Toulon. Only made 3 starts last season. A bit frustrating moving on. Trying to resurrect his international career. 10 caps, but last capped 2.5 years ago in June 2017. De Wiesma's played well, but Xavier Shocky in his day has been a tremendously powerful loose head. So on he comes.
Time on.
And I don't think things will get any easier in the scrum for Benetton.
Yeah, no worries.
No, absolutely not. And yeah, they've tapped and gone. Good decision to stay away from.
So nearly an interception for Bruni, but deemed to be a bit of a knockdown.
Again, I think that's quite harsh. I mean, it'd be interesting to have another look at it, but in real time, that looks like a genuine attempt to catch that. And if he does, he scores. He's under the post. So to assume, or well, to decide that he's definitely gone to knock that on, I'm not sure I agree.
Keatley this time sends it to touch well enough, but yeah, an interesting decision. Looked for all the world as if it were just an attempt to take that ball.
Yeah, no problem. Number.
Changes being made. And I think Pasquale is going to be heading off for Benetton, so on comes Nicola Quaglio.
Yeah.
Didn't have a happy World Cup, was banned for 3 games, along with Andrea Lavotti after a spear tackle on the South African back row, Dwayne Vermeulen. But on he comes for Pasquale. So Benetton looking to find a way back into this game. It was taken down by Snyman and held at the back now by Faiva, and he slips it on to Sebastian Negri. And the flanker has it. And away they come, little stab through from... Oh, was there a trip there? And the crowd cries foul as Ratruva tried to make his way through, and the little chip through from Dubanaca, but all fair, says the referee. So Lyon with a chance to clear through Pellissier. And just beyond Hayward it goes, but then skips back over his head, sits up nicely for him now. Sarto taken down by Gerassi and Wolf. So there is Ratuva.
Everyone release, red. Leave it.
Keatley flinging it around now. Ioane gets it onto his hooker, Faiva. Was hoping, I think, for the man to just skip inside him there, but all eventually bundled into touch.
Crowd not happy, and you can kind of understand it. It did look like Ratuva. He got into a bit of heavy traffic there and collided with someone, but nothing clear enough to give a penalty. For me, it did look like one of those offloads. Definitely got knocked forward.
Definitively.
Well, the Benetton players are all in the ear of Matthew Carley saying, can you check it? And Matthew Carley says, it's already been looked at. Will you stop talking to me? So ready to go again, and the crowd can boo all they like. It's not going to happen. Hopefully we get a chance to look at it. We're in the hands of the Italian director here. But Lyon making a bit of a mess. Xavier Shocky coming off his midriff, and then there was a little bit of a high challenge there coming in Benetton, who are got the wind in their sails now. Hami Faiva, the hooker, has been busy. Hayward gives it on, and there is Ratuva standing strong in the challenge from Rudy Wolf. Bufanaka gets them moving again, and there is Sebastian Negri. Punching away behind the gain line, and then ends up only in the hands of Patrick Sobela. And Benetton flinging it about, but coming to nothing, although they do have the penalty.
Done really well to get away with that, because I think it's Ian Keatley trying to force a pass which gets knocked backward into Lyon hands. They tackle the man straight away. 2 guys over the ball and manage to turn the ball back over again. It's you couldn't write it. I think with the way some of these things are going at the moment.
Kick it, goal. Can you guys just shift a little bit so we can take the kick?
This is going to be stuck into the corner as well. A few players breathing hard, a bit of treatment for Marco Barbini, who's taken something to the head.
Once, but it's only repeat. But the
I'd rather
TMO was
have a
trying to
look
look,
at
I was trying to talk to him, I wasn't
Ratuva
ignoring
through the
him.
middle, but this was the last passage of play.
I think it was Brunei there. I think bounced off his head, so went backwards, play on, but then a couple of Lyon players straight in over the ball, and a chance for Keatley to give Benetton the lead again.
It's developing into a place-kicking contest, and Keatley now. Didn't sail too high, but straight enough from Keatley. And so Benetton in front as they look to make another change. Antonio Rizzi, the youngster, is he going to come on at fly half? That's his usual position. So is that the end of Keatley for today?
10 wide. 10 wide.
And it is. So Ian Keatley is off, and Antonio Rizzi is coming on, the Italian in under 20 fly half.
Come on.
His last act to put Benetton in front again, and that's good work by Bram Steen and Duvenache. Two South Africans linking up well, at the kick taken down nicely by Jean-Marcel Boutin.
Use it!
Pelissier, Marouard saying not yet. Then the hooker says he's ready, and with a bit of help from Xavier Shoki.
Use it!
Makes a few more yards, and Pelissier ready to kick. Katati among those chasing down. Bruni is there, and it goes the way of Lyon. Replacement hooker was there, and Akazashvili. In fact, it was Kabesh who carried Gerasi now as he'd taken around the collar there. Fine, says the referee, but still with Lyon. And there is Hamza Kabesh again. Sobella. And Gerasi.
Off the ball now, let it go! Let it go!
Yeah, it's just slowed down for a moment.
Offside. Use.
And Sobella waiting to carry, and off he goes. Again, the weight of Kabesh driving him on, and then quicker ball. And Fernandez gave it to Wolf. And then Shoki.
Trapped by your own player, play on.
Still not breaching that gain line. Once more it's Kylian Gerasi. Choice language again. A few apologies for that, as it's carried up by Pato Fernandez. Slips it to Boutin, but the fullback felt the hit coming in there. Still ball for Lyon though, and Sobella moves it on. Going through phase after phase, Lyon. Really camped on that 22. Not able to punch away through yet. Sobella. There's great defensive work by Benetton, but it's tiring as well. And Lyon hoping that will open up a gap.
Here's the ball, it's on the red side.
And it just slows for a moment. Pelissier
Yeah. Play, no. Yeah,
waits
play.
and feeds it deeper. Wolf.
Let it go, let it come.
Defense by Benetton. They're just staying patient, staying organised. It's actually Lyon. They haven't got any real shape going on at the moment, and the ball speed is so slow. They're not able to generate enough momentum to really create a line break.
Waiting for a piece of magic. Pato Fernandez unable to quite provide it. And things getting a bit loose, but so too in defence. Shoki able to make a few more metres, then out wide it goes, and Barassi.
No.
Wolf comes in to play scrum half. Then a pass to nobody but Worms, and it's picked up by Fernandez, though, is through. Looking for support now, and Bruni on his shoulder. In comes Pelissier to move it again, but it's rather flung around. And Loan Goujon's under pressure now from Ratuva. Tiring for both sides as we head towards the final quarter. Just a point in it. And the crowd appreciate this defensive effort. Sobella can't quite take that ball. Faiva falls upon it. And was there a knock on from Sobella to give Benetton the scrum?
Yeah, there was. And I can imagine we're going to have a bit of rest now because that was a long passage of play. Ball in play for a long period. Credit to that Benetton defence because they made tackle after tackle. They stayed patient, just kept knocking Lyon back, and Lyon were trying to find a way. The bouncing ball helped 2 or 3 times, but just couldn't quite find that killer pass.
2 changes in the backs for Lyon. Xavi Mignot is coming on, a winger. He scored it against Benetton last week, and Jonathan Wisniewski is coming on as well. And you can see for Benetton that Irne Herbst is off. And is it Fuser or Lazzaroni coming on in his place? It's Fuser, Marco Fuser, 33-time Italian international, but good shift put in by Irne Herbst. And another change. I see that Sebastian Negri is off. I think I saw Hami Faiva coming off as well. There he is, the hooker. So Zani is on in the front row, the replacement hooker. It's actually a loose head prop by initial trade. And Lazzaroni has come on for Sebastian Negri. So not many waiting on either bench at the moment. There is Marco Lazzaroni. Got a red card in October against the Ospreys in the Pro 14 for a high and late hit. Looks like he could do some damage. Packing down on the flank, replacing Negri.
See if he can't give us a solid scrum as well. Clean scrum, please.
Well, not to be. Free kick, Benetton is the decision of Matt Carley. Jean-Marcelin Boutin returns the ball. It's another cruel bounce. Duvenage gets that ball away. And Sato making a bit of ground.
Away now!
Duvenage looks to his forwards. Again, a reminder, Lyon, if they were to win here, they'd be back in contention in this pool. Games against Northampton and Leinster to come. And the bounce of the ball, Latuva trying to get there, but it sat up in rather uncomfortable fashion. Rudy Wolf now coming away. Had a couple of support runners, but taken down well. Certainly a good pace of game.
Let go, White off the ball, it's on the red side.
If a little untidy. The Pellissier gives it on to Wolf once more.
Hey.
Testing the referee's microphone.
Move, White!
Some rummaging on the sidelines. I might be bringing on a replacement mic for him shortly, but Lyon still on the attack. And the little rubber through is very well placed indeed, and into the Benetton 22 they go again.
Yeah, that's a nice kick. But Wisniewski, what he's been brought on to do now to really try and turn the screw, put Lyon in the right areas of the pitch and basically force Benetton to make a mistake, which, to be honest, at the moment could go either way. Both teams, I said it earlier, really cagey at the moment. It's almost a completely different game from what we saw in the opening quarter. More territorial, more attritional, and I guess with 1 point in it as well. I mean, Lyon, the potential to still keep slim qualification hopes alive. For Benetton, they just need a win. I think any win, some sort of positivity and momentum.
Yes, talking about their domestic form, their second bottom of their conference table. Only 2 wins from 7 this season, Benetton. Only wins were here against Edinburgh and the bottom of the table, South African side, Southern Kings. A few narrow defeats though. They've come close, but not quite as successful a season so far as it was last season. Sheriff Traore has been patched up.
Just wait.
That man is a prop.
What gave it away?
Just the fact that he's as wide as tall, and the line out eventually taken by Lyon. The lineouts have not been too efficient from either side.
Thank you.
Voilà, there's that power again from the flanker, and still going, shrugging off the challenges. A couple of complaints coming in from Benetton in defence, but Lyon, real opportunity now. Wisniewski moves it out and carried on by Barassi, and Barassi this time, does he get there? Wolf is celebrating.
Didn't get the angle, but I think he's got this one. I think it's down.
Well, he's denied in the first half, but gets it over and gets it down this time. Try to Lyon, they're back in front.
And you can't say that, given the territory and the possession that they've had in the last 10 minutes or so, they didn't deserve it, but started by Sabella. Brilliant carry. How big has he been in this whole game? Carried hard, took 3 or 4 defenders with him. Again, quick ball, put Benetton on the back foot. Again, it all started, missed line out. You miss a line out in your own 22, you're asking for trouble, and you just give Lyon possession.
Yeah. Well, that's come out as well. Thank you.
And the try scorer, there is Barassi, denied in the first half.
Okay.
Oh, I tell you what.
My cable
just at the very end.
In the end, he wrestles it down in the end. Denied the first half, wasn't going to be denied again.
Very nearly was. So Lyon back in front. And over to the replacement, Wisniewski. Is it curling too much? It is just at the end. So the lead is only 4 points. But a third try for Lyon. I wonder if optimistic thoughts of a 4th try and a bonus point, which really would. A bonus point victory would be gold dust for Lyon as they try and revitalise their campaign here. Another change waiting to come on for Lyon.
Hang on, 9.
Tanginoa Halefonua, the Tongan.
Captain. Red 9 as well. Okay.
And also change at scrum half for Benetton.
Hang on.
So on comes Tito Tebaldi, another Italian international, replacing the South African, the skipper Dubanache. Another good shift put in by Dubanache. And Gerassi is the man to give way to Halefonua in the second row for Lyon.
We're not ready yet, Matt.
Really impressed with Dubanache today. I think he's controlled Benetton as best as he can. He's really led. He's kicked really well too, and it's not bad being able to bring on Tito Tebaldi off the bench. 4 points down. Need a bit of leadership and direction.
Well, the moment here for Sam Hidalgo-Klein, who must be on, because I see Jonathan Polisi coming off. So the former Scotland international, his international career is to wander away a little bit, but he's on at scrum half for Lyon.
Hey, 18.
Doing a filling in shift. As cover for Lyon was a temporary signing for Racing 92 during the World Cup. But there is Antonio Rizzi for Benetton. Ramstein feels the hit of Virgil Bruni. So Benetton, ball in hand and looking to find a way back into this game.
He's off feet, let it go, off feet.
So forwards doing their bit for Benetton, and the Zani replacement hooker. Now on to back row Barbini. He's a powerful unit. He might be hearing a little bit of interference from the referee's mic, for which we apologise, as he bounces around energetically. And so too Ratuva once more. And Benetton putting together a more fluent passage of play here. Carried on this time by Barbini. And on through Quaglio, the replacement prop forward. Cleaning out by Traore. And getting closer, Benetton. Down the blind side they go. There is Ioane. Lyon trying to hold him up.
Let it go, let it come.
And being told to leave that one now. And Tebaldi summons in the forwards again. Bramstein is there, Barbini alongside him. Bramstein always gets through a huge power of work. And the hit comes in on Barbini just as he gets that ball. Still with Benetton.
Leave it. 1, Let it come.
Lazzaroni, there's some earthy cries coming in from the side of the pitch. Lazzaroni is the protecting man there as Jayden Hayward skips through and looking for the offload, but can't quite get it to Tabaldi. The scrum half has it now, but a knock-on from Benetton, and it will be scrum to Lyon, and a few players getting frustrated because this is a fierce contest now.
Yeah, desperately unlucky there. They saw an opportunity, half break. Jayden Hayward with the step, but then he just can't get the offload to stick, and Lyon breathe a sigh of relief, and you can see the tension rising now, because I think Benetton understand that this is a big game. Regardless of what happens to them in this competition, they're desperate to win this game.
If he had the ball.
This was the work from Hayward, and it was a speculative pass, hoping that Ratuva was there. Got a glimpse of Sam Hidalgo-Klein as well, making his first appearance for his new club. And nothing tangible for Benetton to play for in terms of hopeful qualification from the pool stage, but a win would do wonders for their confidence. Nakatati is off for Lyon.
Push the ball, he's not in. But the pitcher,
Xavier Mignot coming on in his place. Let's just give you a reminder again of other rugby today on BT Sports. Saracens against Munster. Saracens looking to get themselves back into contention in that pool just before 3 o'clock. And Montpellier against Toulouse. That follows this one on BT Sport 3 HD. Toulouse heading that pool. That pool also involving Connacht and Gloucester, who are playing at the moment.
Set.
Half time. It was Connacht narrowly in front. Down goes the scrum one more time as Hidalgo-Klein feeds, but away they come. And Loan Goujon trying to get Lyon going forward. Barely knows his teammates yet, but he's trying to instruct them. Sam Hidalgo-Klein gives it to Virgil Bruni.
It's a tackle, let him go! White!
Benetton being told to let Bruni and Sobella get to ground. The tackle had been made.
Use it, 16, no.
Taken down by Monty Ioane, and here is Jayden Hayward now, still full of running, and he's a danger when he gets ball in hand.
Off feet.
Didn't see too much of him in the first half. Little stab through from Zani might work well. How's it bouncing? It's Wisniewski's trying to get back there for Lyon. And the replacement fly half does a good job as Sam Hidalgo-Klein comes back and again dictates the play to the forwards. Into the final 10 minutes, 4 points in it. Lyon so close to their own line, but Sam Hidalgo-Klein just gets that kick away. And it's a decent kick as well.
It's a great kick, but what about the kick from Zani as well? Brilliant to see. I wasn't expecting it at all. Don't think his teammates were either. Here he goes. Gets the ricochet. It actually almost works out for him.
And he's getting excited. I mentioned he's a loose head prop who's trying out hooker.
Team.
Multi-talented.
Well, we'll see. We'll decide that after this throw to the line. Still breathing hard from that effort as well. He usually picks out his man here.
Just in the tackle.
The ball spilled.
Knock-on in the tackle, then by White.
But the first knock-on was by Lyon in the tackle, so Benetton have the scrum. This size of Lazzaroni, number 20.
So my
He's
side,
brought
they
out
both
a bit of
together.
added power as well. He and Balbini have been influential in ball carrying.
I'd say the Benetton pack in general, I mean, you look at the bench, they went with 6 forwards, so you knew their intention straight away. They were going to ask the front 8 to really go hell for leather, empty the tank, and then bring on 6 fresh forwards to try and see the job out. And they're on the pitch now. They've got just over 8 minutes to try and haul Benetton back into this game. 4 points, there's not much in it.
Yes, Kieran Crowley, the former All Black fullback, as the coach of Benetton, is a very wise man. Good pick up there, and good work by Marisi. Again, Tabaldi now gives it on to Lazzaroni! and Lazzaroni under the post. There's a celebration of a forward scoring a try. Benetton in front, and they celebrate here at the Comunale di Monigo. Wonderful try.
Really well worked try, and he thoroughly enjoyed that celebration as well. Half swan dive, half hop and a skip, but really well constructed, and you can see it and see what it means as well. Those celebrations.
Stay with me.
Puts Benetton back in the lead with conversion to come right in front of the post as well. And again, that hope now, that sniff of a victory, it's nearly there.
We're just going to check something. Video referee, it was a wonderful pickup by Morisi. Not sure what there is to look at there, if they're thinking that might have been a forward pass. I'm not sure about that. It looked pretty good.
Definitely nothing on that original replay.
Thank you, Sean.
Those arms are
I can hear you clearly
extraordinary.
Yeah.
Lazzaroni is not going to be denied. A man who knows his way to the gymnasium. And the video referee, I think, is happy with TMO. So through it goes from Antonio Rizzi, 7-point try, and Benetton out to a 3-point lead.
It's really well constructed because off a scrum as well, you know defence are usually scrambling to go far side of the ruck. Tibaldi knows it, Lazzaroni knows it as well. On this short side, you can usually, with good ball speed, beat the defence to that hole, and that's exactly what they did.
The restart, though, comes back the way of Lyon, and there's a good bit of power from Barassi to get that back for Lyon. And sometimes you're still celebrating a try and the restart happens and the ball is lost. Rudy Wolf. Still plenty of running as he crashes on into Bramstein. Hidalgo Klein feeds it on to Nakatati.
Put the ball down.
There's the man of the match has been named reasonably early as well, but Luca Morisi has given it. I always like to have a man of the match from the winning side, but that is still very much in the balance. But Morisi has been impressive.
He's played well, but you're right, that's a brave call. This far out from the finishing line, the game could still go either way.
Yeah, plenty of players with a shout for that on either side. Sabella has been very strong for Lyon in particular. But man of the match is Luca Morisi.
More. Line out over.
He is a high-class operator in midfield, so the
Once.
sun sinks ever further. And up it goes from Tito Tibaldi. Nakatati underneath it. I thought he'd gone off earlier, but in fact it was Demotier, the young winger, who went off for
Matt, we need a HIA. Matt, we need a HIA.
We need an HIA. You see that, you hear the assistant coming in.
Sorry.
Yeah, Matt definitely needs to be
I think
checked.
it's Monty
Okay, time
Ioani.
off.
Number 11, White.
Yeah.
Time off. Number
Really
11,
big
which
hit
team?
earlier.
Benetton.
Okay, he's coming off now. Captain, just to explain.
So Monty Ioani is coming off.
We stopped the game because someone said stop because one of the players is suspected of concussion. Although he's over there, we have to stop. We restart with a scrum rep.
There was that collision with Barassi, and you see him there flapping at air there, Monty Ioani, after the hit.
Yeah, and even afterwards, he tries to get up, he's all over the place, and that's actually really well dealt with by the officials in terms of spotting that, getting him off straight away. 5 minutes left, instinct might take over, and he probably wants to stay on. You have to take that decision out of the player's hands and say, it's not safe, get him off the pitch.
No, I'm not a doctor, but to a layman, that's would fail many a test. So anyway, he'll be often given a proper assessment. So Ian Keatley's actually back on for Ioani, who's going off for an HIA, but we will not see him again today.
Fine.
With 5 minutes remaining in the match. And it did not look good in that collision. Fair collision with Pierre-Louis Barassi, but he was certainly rocked back and didn't look too good. But Nakatati shifting it now, and through Boutin it goes, the fullback stabbing it on. And the covering has to be quick from Antonio Rizzi. And Boutin, the fullback, chasing that kick down well. Nakatati wandering through, and Lyon doing well to counter here. If they were to score a try again, it would suddenly be very much their pool to play for. Leinster leading the way, but Lyon, if they were to score another try, now that has to be around the neck from Lyon. Penalty to Benetton. Easily spotted and foolish from Lyon because they had great field position.
Only a penalty.
No question about that. Really, really sloppy error there. Halafanua, just no
19,
need. They've
number 19.
got Benetton exactly where they need them. Here we go, just straight round the neck, clear and obvious.
Yeah, Bramstein taken round the collar by Halafanua. And that is a big mistake at this stage of the game. Lyon in that position there, one try to score their fourth to perhaps take the victory and a bonus point and get back into this pool, and suddenly it's Ian Keatley himself is only back on the field because of that injury to Montejoani, who is able to clear for Benetton.
All right, it's all about winning this pressure game now. Benetton have the ball, but they're steering an area of the pitch where they might not want to be. Thinking tactically now how they're going to work their way up the pitch, how they're going to manage the ball. I can see a drive coming as well. That would be my shout. Keep it tight. Try and milk a penalty out of Lyon.
Well, the next 3 minutes will determine a lot for Lyon in particular. If they lose, then this competition will be all but dead to them, and they'll throw everything into the top 14 leaders at the moment of the French top flight. Kick charged down by Bruni, and it goes the way of Lyon. Kabesh tries to keep it infield and does so. Sam Hidalgo-Klein moves it on now. The game is here for Lyon, but the tackle which had to be made was made. Marisi, the man of the match, coming in, and penalty to Benetton. Give him man of the match now.
Yeah, he can have it now. Definitely. What a hit. Big hit, tackle, and the turnover to boot as well. Those panic stations, he had to make this hit. Had to. Clean. Rudy Wolf cuts him in half. Up onto his feet as well. Yeah, definitely man of the match. Great shout.
The timing of that one, though, was just a gift to Marisi. Poor old Rudy Wolf opening up his ribcage as he stretched for that one, and Benetton able to clear and into the final 2 minutes. It's not yet beyond Lyon, but it's slipping further away.
It is, and it's in Benetton's hands now. They're now where they want to be in the pitch. Make the right decisions. I'd go to a drive again. Try and march Lyon back, try and get a penalty, but keep things tight. You've got 90 seconds to see this game out, to get your first win in this competition, a home win as well, in front of your own fans.
Red, stay out. That's fine, perfect.
So Zani, the hooker, the footballing hooker, finds his man in Snyman.
No, 5 out.
Heading towards the final minute, and Federico Zani just holding it at the back. And a good maul by Benetton as well. Tito De Baldi shouting instructions, down it goes. No advantage there for Benetton, but Lazzaroni, try scorer, vital try scorer, carries it further. And Benetton can now try and close out this game. Look at the forwards' weight, and through the passages of short carries they'll go. Tavaldi looking everywhere, pretending he's considering options, really just eating up a few more seconds. There is only one option for Benetton here. To the left and to the right, they'll go to pockets of forwards. And Lyon hoping to get hands on the ball, but it's so frustrating for them now. Their European Cup campaign is disappearing.
Out red! Use it!
Again to the forwards, and the seconds drain away. Tabaldi looks, he knows what the clock says. Once more to the forwards, one more carry, might not even need that.
Use it!
Being told to use it now though, so they will have to carry one more time. Zani tries to get it back. Penalty though to Lyon. They just had to get that ball out. One more clean return of the ball for Benetton, but they can kick for touch and they'll have the line out here. Someone needs to take that ball away from Noah Nakatathi and his grand ideas.
Players on the floor from both sides.
Okay? Head in hands, and I'm not surprised. They just took their eyes off it. Thought the clock was going to run dead. Matthew Kiley calls use it. Just not concentrating for that one last ruck, and Lyon pile in, counter ruck, turnover and get the penalty. And like I say, now they'll kick to touch.
So, again, as is the way now, if it's a penalty, they'll just have to play on. They have the line out, Lyon. Oh, they were seconds away, Benetton. So one last roll of the dice for Pierre Mignoni's men. Is that it? Knock on by Lyon. That will be it. The celebrations from Benetton. Victory for them. It means little in terms of qualification, but it means everything in terms of getting their season going again. A win over the side leading the top 14 in France. They've beaten Lyon. And Lyon's challenge as well is going to just about end here. They've got games against Leinster and Northampton to come, but they will throw everything into their domestic campaign now because they could not find a way past Benetton here.
No, they couldn't, and you could just see how much that win means to Benetton. Again, it will kickstart their league campaign. They know that they're not in this Champions Cup competition, but wins just give you such a boost, such morale. It'll energise the squad, it will give them a good feeling going into this training week, and they have knocked off the top team in the top 14, so credit to them for fighting their way back.
Well, 2 points in it at half-time, 3 points in it at full-time. Benetton trailed at the break 14-12. There were tries from Leonardo Sarto and Monte Ioannou in the first half for Benetton, then Liam Gill and Rudy Wolf giving Lyon the lead at half-time. And then Pierre-Louis